Namaste. Welcome to Soul Talk. Ayurveda series continues. I'm your host Abhilasha and I'm very glad that today we have Dr. Rekha. So Dr. Rekha, she is an Ayurvedic expert based in Dubai. She has her client base across the world. And what is most important thing about her, what I liked about her, she has 100,000 followers on her Instagram account, and they are the followers she has earned it because she is educating the people about Ayurveda in a very proper way, in a very simple way. So that's her beauty, and today we are going to talk with her about Ayurveda Beauty, that how Ayurveda can help her to enhance the internal beauty, and of course with internal beauty the external beauty. So let's welcome Dr. Rekha. So welcome Dr. Rekha at our Soul Talk.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Okay. So you have been fourth generation Ayurveda expert from your family. So we'd like to know about it.
Yeah.
And the second important thing, how did you develop the interest in Ayurveda? Like when exactly you felt you want to go in this direction only right now?
Okay. So I'm a fourth generation Ayurvedic doctor. So I was born into an Ayurvedic family, and my entire family practiced Ayurveda. My father's generation, his father's generation, everybody practiced Ayurveda. So everything was Ayurvedic in my upbringing. So there was never a question of thinking, I'll go some and do something else. So it was always like that. And after my college, I did my BMS, which is Bachelor of Ayurvedic Medicine and Surgery, and that was a 5.5 years course where you get the degree to practice Ayurveda in India. So I did that, and then I started practicing, and yeah, it has been with me from the time I was born till now, and I plan to take this forever.
Okay, that's really nice. So I have seen your Instagram post. So what exactly I liked about it, the way you are educating the people in a very simple language, and it's a very simple way of communicating things to the people. So that's really encouraging one, and that's really impressive as well. But being a girl or being a lady, right now what we'll see, people wants to look good, whether it is a 10-year-old girl or whether
Yeah.
it is a 50-year-old girl.
Yes.
They all want to look good.
Yeah.
So according to you, what is beauty, and
Yeah.
how one can enhance it with the help of Ayurveda?
Yeah, beauty is more an internal process than an external process. Even Ayurveda believes it. Ayurveda says that if your digestion and your elimination is good, then your skin or hair will be good. So ultimately, Ayurveda talks about digestion all the time, and every disease for that matter is because of a low digestive fire. In Ayurveda, we say that roga sarve abhi mande agno, that means manda agni or a slow digestive fire is the reason why people get diseases, and also skin diseases and skin conditions. So for good skin, good hair, always the most important thing is to correct internally your digestion and your elimination.
Okay, but how
Yeah.
one can correct it?
Okay, so digestion and elimination, when you look at it, it is not something, we call it as Agni in Ayurveda, which is the digestive fire, the fire inside you. So it is not just with food, or you eat a certain food and we hear like this, right? We take this pill and you lose weight. There is nothing that works like that in terms of improving your Agni or your digestive fire. It has to be everything that you do from the time you wake up till the time you go to bed. If you do all those things right, the culmination of all of that practices is good digestive fire. And how this happens is, Ayurveda explains a lot of charyas or routines you need to do in your everyday life. So that includes starting your day early in the morning, waking up before sunrise, and which is called waking up at Brahma Muhurta, and then doing certain practices, whether you may have heard of oil pulling,
Yes.
holding oil in your mouth, and you may wonder why you have to do this. What is its importance in digestion? Because every routine is also attached to digestion. So your digestion starts first in your mouth. So your tongue and your mouth has to be in a proper state, and this is done for the health of the mouth, health of the teeth, your tongue, all of that. So now coming to, so that is your oil pulling, and then you have tongue scraping. Tongue health is important. So like that, every single practice that Ayurveda mentions that one should do as soon as you wake up and till the time you go to bed, there are certain charyas or routines you need to do in the night. So all of this put together is what makes good digestion, and also the kind of foods that you eat. If you eat foods which are cold, dry, if you eat foods that are difficult to digest, all of this is going to have an impact on your digestive fire. So the best thing to do is have foods which are light, easy to digest and all of that. Do some exercise. Vyayama is very important. All of that. So if you do all of these things right, from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, we'll have good digestion and elimination.
So that means overall it's a disciplined routine throughout the day.
It's a disciplined routine. You know, I have patients consulting me for general consultations, and I tell them all of these things, do this things. And then I have people who I have on programs with me. Because with Ayurveda, why I realized I need programs where people are there with me, making sure they are doing all of this, is because, you know, Ayurveda is a new system of medicine for a lot of people. Not everybody has understanding of how to do each things right. When you do everything right, you have a certain disease, say very common example, hypothyroidism, polycystic ovary. These are all conditions which can be healed with Ayurveda. You don't need to be on lifelong medications, right? So for achieving that result, if you do everything right, and you need that guidance and that education, why you're doing what you're doing, how to do these things, all of these are very important. That is why I have programs where I take people through that whole journey from day to day, meal to meal. They are given support, and in that way, when you do all these things right, you are actually allowing your body to heal by itself, so that you don't have to suppress your symptoms every day by taking a pill, right?
Yes.
So you're healing from within, allowing your body, and that too in the most natural way. Even the medicines which I give, you know, most people come to Ayurveda, want to try Ayurveda because it is different from other systems of medicine. It shouldn't have chemicals, it shouldn't have any other side effects and all of that. So when the kind of, even in Ayurveda we have strong medicines, we have strong toxic heavy metals and all of that in our medicines. I won't say toxic, but heavy metals in our medicines. So but the kind of medicines I choose are all medicines which I believe has very it takes the body through only healing. You know, there is no additional condition which is created because you take this medicines, right? So it has to be easy for the liver to detoxify, it has to be easy for the kidney to filter, all of that. So it's a natural journey. So when you go through the natural journey, you get over diseases. And if you ask me why I'm, with all humility, if you ask me why I am today successful in treating all of these chronic conditions, is because of making these small things right in every patient that comes to me. That's why. And all of this depends on one single factor, is your digestive fire, that is helping you to heal by yourself. When we optimize it, the body itself optimizes.
Yeah, so gut health is the most important factor in overall health, and health is directly related to the beauty only.
Yes.
Yeah, so you were talking about this oil pulling, so any particular oil is recommended for this?
Yes, so there are different kinds of oils that you can use. You can use milk if you want, you can use hot water if you want. But the best oil which is good for all prakritis, which is Vata, Pitta and Kapha, is basically organic black sesame oil. What it does is, it has a penetrating property, because we call it, it has something called Sukshma or Tikshna property, which is sharp. It has a penetrating property. Because of that, it gets whatever conditions you have with your gums, your teeth, your tongue, all of these is corrected when you do oil pulling. And as I said, your mouth is your first starting point of your digestion. So oil pulling is very important.
Yes, that's very important. So this is all about the daily routine. What about the sleep? How does sleep play the role in overall health and the beauty of the person?
Yeah, sleep plays a very, very important role. In Ayurveda, we say sleep is one of the 3 pillars of health. Not just that, and sleep is the most important pillar of health. You know, the first thing that is mentioned is sleep. It's the first thing, you know, it is nidra, aharam, brahmacharya. That means first sleep and then food, and then comes celibacy or non-celibacy depending upon the acharya who has talked about it. These are the 3 main pillars. So sleep is very important because sleep is the time a lot of your functions are happening. Sleep is the time when your anti-cancer hormone, which is your melatonin, is working. Sleep is the time your human growth hormone, which is your fat loss hormone, is working. Sleep is the time your leptin and ghrelin is working, which is your hunger and satiety hormone. Sleep is the time all of these, your immunity is working. Your immunity is, the armament is again, the ammunition is again reinforced when you sleep in the night. So all of this depend upon good sleep, and it applies to, you know, when you wake up after a fresh, like after a good night's sleep, the next day you may feel, you know, you don't feel like sugar cravings, you don't feel like eating food which is like a junk food. Why all of this happens? Because your sleep is taking care of all those things.
Yeah.
And even, you know, your skin will look fresh, your hair will look good if you had a good night's sleep, you know, and that happens every day. So that's why sleep is very important.
And how long, you know, or what kind of duration of sleep is, like, you know, required for each one of us? Adult.
See, for each one, the duration of sleep is different. Somebody who is, so there are two kinds of people, if you ask me. So there are people, okay, who do yoga, who are in a who does higher meditative practices, you know, who are yogis. Their energy levels in the body is at a certain stage. So, and they are not having a samsara life, that means they have more of a sattvic life. So it is this sleep, the amount of sleep that you can have is different in these 2 types of people. For somebody who is living a samsara life means you have your family, you have your career, you have things to do, you are constantly at stress, all of these are happening. So what happens is, you are susceptible to certain diseases, you have these emotions happening, your sleep is disturbed, all of this. So you go through all those ups and downs of normal samsara life, like normal life. So what happens in the second type of people is the people who are more of yogis, who live a sattvic life, eat very simple food, they do meditation. Because of that, their energies are high. For such people, even if they sleep less, it's fine for them. But for somebody who is like chased by life, by various situations, so we say, like, we have husband stress, wife stress, boyfriend stress, girlfriend stress, job stress, boss stress, all of that. When you have all of these things chasing you, definitely it is important that you have to sleep more than, because you are not a yogi after all. So 8 hours of sleep is what WHO recommends. Actually in Ayurveda, I haven't found a reference where it mentions a particular amount of sleep, amount of duration of sleep. However, people who are thin, who are weak, who constantly have issues like, you know, bone pain, joint pain, you know, malnourished, the nourishment is not proper, such people can sleep more than somebody who is very chubby, obese, somebody with diabetes and all of that. So it depends upon the Vata, Pitta and Kapha person too. So generally I would say 8 hours of sleep if you can sleep, very good. However, this can vary from person to person. One thing you have to make sure, when you wake up in the morning, you shouldn't feel tired and you should wake up fresh.
Yes.
You shouldn't feel like, oh, I should have slept some more, or I'm feeling so tired now. So if you don't feel that, then your sleep was optimal for you.
Yeah, so once you get up, you should be ready for the day.
Yes.
Okay, so you were talking about these three feelers, Nidra, Ahar, and the third one,
Brahmacharya
yeah,
or Abrahmacharya.
Yeah. So regarding Ahar, so specifically, we always, like, you see, like, most of the ladies, they relate the beauty with the thinness, like, until and unless you are overweight, you are obese, you don't feel like, you are beautiful from inside as well. It is not about the outside appearance, but it's like inside also your confidence is low because you have put on some extra weight which is not required. And nowadays there is a, like, one trend is going on, like, you have less carbs, like, carbohydrates, more and more proteins, and then it will help you to lose weight loss. So is it true? What is your take?
Okay, so modern nutrition wise, it is carbohydrates, proteins and fats.
Yeah.
And they have come only till that level. However, Ayurveda is little bit more advanced in that regard, where we don't consider food as proteins, carbs and fats. What we consider food instead is what action a certain food has inside our body. Every food can be a medicine and can be a poison for different people. So it is always that personalization or customization for that particular person is required for, whether it is for good health, good skin, good hair, it stays the same. In terms of weight loss, I have patients on weight loss programs with me, and the treatment that is done, which will amaze most people. Why? Because they have carbs every meal. It is not the carbs or proteins or fat, it is how your body is digesting that and how your body is eliminating it. In Ayurveda, when we eat light food, say for example rice, you eat it, you digest it and it's eliminated. There is no in between stage where your body is trying hard to digest it. Now, something like wheat is considered as a guru food. So when you have guru food, what happens is you eat it, you take a long time to digest. That's why you don't feel hungry when you eat wheat.
Yes,
so you
it
take
happens.
a long time to digest, and then before getting it eliminated, it stays in your system and converts to toxic waste or ama in your system. And when you have ama, it is called toxic waste. It is the toxic waste accumulation. When you have ama, that is when your weight gain happens. That is when your digestion is impaired. That is when you get chronic diseases. So eating food which is light and something which is suitable to your body, which you can digest. Some food, even if it is light, I can digest. Maybe you cannot digest. So based on your own digestive fire, it is easy to lose weight or gain weight depending upon the foods that you eat. So ultimately in Ayurveda, we don't have calorie counting. We don't have bringing a negative calorie balance where you eat less and expel more. We only take care of the quality of the food that you eat. It is never the quantity. I have no suggestions, like overeating is never good.
Yes.
However, eating good quality food in a little bit more quantity, it is totally fine according to Ayurveda, as long as you can digest that food.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Coming to the concluding part, we would like to have some tips specifically for hair fall, like how to take care of the hair and how to take care of skin, the material which is available in your home only.
Yeah. First of all, for hair oiling is very important. I come from Kerala, and I come from a place where this is not a lie, this is the truth, that every single day I had to go to school after taking shower. Before taking shower, I have to use oil in my hair every single day, and I think that is how we are as a culture also. We use hair oil every day, and that has helped. If you ask me what helped me to have hair, of course good genes, and definitely oiling your hair is very important. Today modern dermatologists and everybody may tell you that do hair oiling, don't do hair oiling, it's not good for you. But look at their nannies and their grandmothers. They are also having good hair because of hair oiling. So hair oiling, just like how your skin needs moisturizing, your scalp also needs moisturizing. Hence it is very important to oil your scalp. And oiling your scalp it doesn't require one whole bottle of oil on your scalp. Just take enough oil, just like how you will take oil for your face, right? You will take enough oil, because even if you take too much, the skin will absorb only what is required, right? Just like how you apply a cream, it will absorb only what is required and then it will discard the rest of it. So like that, use enough oil to massage your scalp. After massaging, scrubbing your scalp is also very important after massaging with oil. So I am telling you my hair care routine, and what I tell my patients for good hair. And scrubbing your scalp, and after scrubbing you can use a normal temperature water to wash your hair. So this should be your daily not daily routine. In today's world the water is so bad, so at least take two times do this 2 times wash your hair in a week. And when you wash it, do these things, just oiling and using a scrub.
Coconut oil.
Not coconut oil, depending upon the scalp. Some people who have not coconut oil, I'll tell you, coconut oil, sesame oil, or almond oil, avocado oil, onion oil. All of these oils, people make a mix out of it and they apply it, right? However, these are all base oils. Base oil means it has certain properties, but not a property that will make your hair grow. It doesn't have an active principle for that. So the best kind of oils are herbal oils, which has certain herbs infused in it, which can promote hair growth. So I make a hair oil in my clinic, which has around 30 cooling ingredients in it. So when you have these herbal ingredients in it, what happens is, we should use a base oil which can penetrate the scalp so that it can reach to the deeper layers. So the active principles get absorbed to the deeper layers, and that is when your hair will grow faster, if it has active principles in these in the oil that you use. So using a combination of base oils will never help you, or just plain coconut oil will never help you. So it has to be a herbal oil with active ingredients.
Okay, so can you tell us 4-5 herbs which we can use?
So in Ayurveda, I'll tell you. In Ayurveda, if you see, this is one difference between how Ayurveda is practiced here in India and how it is practiced in the rest of the world. That includes US, UAE and all the other countries. Ayurvedically, if you ask me, all the medicines, 98.9% of the medicines are made with multiple ingredients or an array of ingredients. Why? And not just one ingredients, but in the other countries it is mostly practiced as single herb ingredients, like ashwagandha capsule or ashwagandha powder for this condition. I have seen prescriptions by doctors who has written shatavari capsule, shatavari in water, all of these. See, these are all single herbs. Ayurvedically, in real Ayurveda, we don't have single herbs in us. So what we have is combination, because the combined action of each of these herbs and also the combined action of the combination is different, works many-fold compared to one single ingredient or two ingredients. So even if I tell you 5 ingredients, those 5 ingredients may not be, it may help you, but when you have that combination of ingredients, it has a more. But however, if you just want to know a few of them, something which is very, very good for your hair is amla, and I tell everybody to have amla as your supplement every day. Amla shot or amla powder, just amla as it is, if you can have every day, it's very good for your hair. So amla is very good. Pringaraja is one of the ingredients which is very good for hair. It is called Pringaraja because Pringa means bee and Raja means king.
Yeah.
So when you use this one, when you use this herb, it is said that your hair will be as black as a bee. Okay. So such ingredients are very good, and then certain ingredients like Brahmi is very good for the hair. Centella asiatica or Manduka Parni, which is called Gotu Kola, is very good for hair. All of these ingredients, if it comes in one single oil, if you can find something like that, that will be the best oil you can use.
Okay, that's a long list.
Yeah, this is a very small list. The list is much longer.
Okay.
Because for your hair to grow, right, you need to give the nourishment. Just like how you will put manure to a small plant and make it grow. So if you give it, see, there's a quote that is always with me, and that is, what you pay attention to grows.
Yes.
So if you pay attention to your hair, giving it the enough amount of oiling, care, and all of that, definitely it will give you back.
Yes, definitely. Avla, I want to understand, like, the juice of avla, it should be taken only in the morning, or one can take during the day anytime?
Amla juice, if you want to take, see, amla is also a fruit.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can crush amla and make a shot out of it, and then add hot water to it and have it as a morning drink in the morning with 1 glass of water, that's great.
Okay, but it should be preferred having in the morning itself.
If you're having as morning drink, have it as warm water in the morning. If you want to have it during lunch, you can mix it with a little bit of ghee, and then have it before you have lunch. So with the first bolus of rice, you can have that. Or if you want to have amla, just like that, you can have anytime.
Yeah, as a fruit you can have it anytime during the day.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the skin? Like, how one can take care of the skin?
For skincare, see, whatever you do externally, it is not going to help you until internally you do it correct. So I wouldn't want to comment too much on the external this thing, because external is temporary, like especially acne for that matter, right? If you have acne, no matter what kind of creams you use, no what kind of salicylic acid or retinol or Roaccutane or any of those medicines that you use externally, it will only temporarily subside that condition, or gives you temporary relief. However, if you correct internally, you can stop it, you can heal from it, so that you don't get it anymore. So do you want continuous external application, or you correct internally and stop it forever? What would you like?
Definitely internal.
So that happens for different conditions, that external skincare is just like applying manure to the tip of a plant. You should apply manure to the roots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.